If you want to know what someone truly values, look at what they do when an animal is in pain. I am an equine veterinarian. I specialize in large animals, which means my life is a mix of blood, mud, and emergency surgeries at 3 a.m. in freezing barns. It's an exhausting, dirty job, but it pays very well, which was important, because I was married to a woman whose hobby cost more than most people's mortgages. My name is Carter. I'm 36 years old. 5 years ago, I married Elise. Elise was an amateur equestrian, obsessed with the elite, wealthy world of show jumping. She wanted a champion horse, but those cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. So 3 years ago, I found a loophole. I bought a massive, beautiful warm blood horse named Apollo for practically nothing because he had a severe, supposedly career-ending tendon injury. For 2 years, I poured my soul into that animal. I did the surgeries. I did the stem cell treatments. I walked him by hand for miles every single morning before I went to work. I rehabbed him from a broken animal into an absolute powerhouse. When Apollo was finally cleared to jump, Elise took the reins. They were a perfect match. Apollo started winning every regional Grand Prix. His value skyrocketed from a $2,000 rescue to a $500,000 elite athlete. I built her a champion with my own 2 hands. But in the equestrian world, success attracts predators.
As Elise and Apollo started winning, Elise's ego exploded. She moved Apollo to an ultra-luxury, high-end stable and hired a new trainer named Stefan. Stefan was a 40-year-old European import. He wore tailored riding jackets, drove a custom Range Rover, and treated the stable staff like absolute garbage. Almost overnight, I went from being Elise's husband and Apollo's savior to being just the vet. The red flags started waving at wife at horse shows. First, the disrespect. When I would come to the shows to check on Apollo's legs, Elise would physically push me away. "Carter, please step back, you're getting dirt on the stable drapes," she would snap. "Stefan has his own sports therapist for the horses now. You're just a country vet." Second, the isolation. Elise started traveling with Stefan to out-of-state horse shows, staying in expensive hotels paid for by my credit card. When I tried to visit, she claimed they needed strict focus, and I was a distraction. Third, the veterinary records. I was legally listed as Apollo's owner and primary veterinarian. One day, I received a notification from the official Equestrian Federation portal that someone had tried to request a transfer of ownership form for Apollo. I knew something was deeply wrong, so I decided to do a wellness check on my own marriage.
I didn't hire a private investigator. I just went to the luxury stable late on a Tuesday night when I knew no one was there. Elise kept an iPad in her climate-controlled tack trunk to review her riding videos. I knew her passcode. I opened it and checked her iMessages. The conversation with Stefan wasn't just proof of an affair. It was a masterclass in grand larceny and emotional cruelty. They had secured an anonymous, ultra-wealthy buyer from Dubai who was willing to pay $500,000 in cash for Apollo. But because my name was on the legal title and the microchip registry, they couldn't just sell him. Stefan wrote, "The buyer's agent is flying in for the Wellington Grand Prix next week. We forge your husband's signature on the bill of sale and the Federation transfer documents. We take the $500K cash and put it in my offshore account." Elise replied, "What do I tell Carter?" Stefan's response made me sick to my stomach. "We tell the country vet that Apollo had a severe colic attack during the night and we had to euthanize him and have his body removed before he got there. He'll be sad, but he'll believe it. The horse flies to Dubai and we fly to Europe. We'll be rich, baby." I sat on a bale of hay in the dark, staring at the screen. My wife was sleeping with her coach. They were going to steal a $500,000 animal I raised with my own hands, forge my signature, and look me in the eye and tell me the horse I loved was dead.
In veterinary medicine, you have to stay calm when an animal is bleeding out. You don't panic. You apply pressure and you secure the airway. I didn't smash the iPad. I took photos of every single message. I put it back perfectly. When Elise came home the next day, I was cooking dinner. "Hey baby," I said, kissing her cheek. "How is Apollo looking for the big Wellington Grand Prix next week?" "He's jumping perfectly," she lied, smiling at me. "Stefan says we are going to crush it. It's going to be a life-changing show for me." "I have no doubt about that," I said smoothly. What Elise and Stefan didn't know is that stealing an internationally registered show horse is virtually impossible if the owner is a licensed veterinarian. The next morning, I went out to the stable. While the grooms were on lunch break, I went into Apollo's stall. I didn't hurt him. I just pulled a sterile syringe from my medical bag. Every competition horse has a microchip in their neck. Stefan knew where it was. What he didn't know is that I injected a secondary, encrypted microchip deep into the muscle on the opposite side of Apollo's neck. Then, I logged into the International Equestrian Federation database. I locked Apollo's digital passport, requiring dual-factor biometric authentication from me personally to transfer his title. The horse was officially a locked vault, and they were about to try and rob it in broad daylight.
I took the screenshots of the text messages to the county sheriff and my lawyer. I laid the evidence on the desk. My wife and her trainer are actively conspiring to commit grand theft of a $500,000 asset, forge legal documents, and transport stolen property across international lines. The sheriff looked at the texts about faking the horse's death. He was disgusted. Dr. Last Name, this isn't just theft. Transporting a stolen high-value animal overseas is a federal crime. When is the handover supposed to happen? Next Saturday, I said, at the Wellington Equestrian Festival. The buyer's agent will be there with the transport trailer. The sheriff nodded. We'll be there. I spent the rest of the week packing my bags. I moved half of our joint funds into my private account, secured the house, and waited for Saturday.
The Wellington Grand Prix is the most elite horse show in the country. Thousands of wealthy spectators, champagne tents, and millions of dollars in horses. Elise rode into the main arena on Apollo. She looked flawless. She jumped a clear round, the crowd went wild, and she rode out the exit gate, glowing with victory. Stefan was waiting for her at the exit. Standing next to him was a man in a sharp suit holding a briefcase, the buyer's agent. Next to them was a massive black equine transport semi-truck, ready to take Apollo straight to the airport. Elise dismounted and handed Apollo's reins to Stefan. Stefan handed the agent a clipboard with the forged bill of sale. "Here are the transfer papers," Stefan said proudly. Before the agent could sign, a police cruiser rolled straight onto the pristine gravel of the warm-up ring, lights flashing. I stepped out of the cruiser, flanked by 2 armed sheriff's deputies and a high-ranking official from the U.S. Equestrian Federation. Elise froze. The blood drained from her face. "Carter, what are you doing here?" I ignored her. I walked straight up to Stefan and the buyer's agent. I pulled a microchip scanner out of my pocket. I scanned Apollo's neck. The scanner beeped, displaying the hidden chip number. "I am Dr. Carter Last Name, the sole legal owner of this horse," I announced loudly, making sure the gathering crowd of elite riders could hear me. "That man is attempting to sell stolen property using forged signatures." Stefan turned white. "He's lying. Elise is the owner. We have the papers." The sheriff stepped forward, putting his hand on his radio. "Sir, the owner locked the digital passport 3 days ago, and we have the text messages of you planning to fake this animal's death to steal $500,000. Put your hands behind your back."
The public humiliation was a masterpiece. In front of thousands of her elite, snobby peers, Stefan was handcuffed, read his rights, and shoved into the back of a police car for felony grand theft and fraud. Elise collapsed in the dirt in her $1,000 riding boots, crying hysterically. "Carter, please! I didn't know he was going to steal it. I thought we were just selling it." "You knew, Elise," I said, looking down at her. "I read the text about him dying of colic. You're a monster." I took Apollo's reins from her trembling hands, loaded my horse into my own trailer, and drove away, leaving her stranded at the showgrounds. The fallout was absolute devastation for them. Because Stefan was a foreign national committing a massive felony, his visa was instantly revoked. He served a year in a US prison before being permanently deported. He was banned for life from the International Equestrian Federation. Elise avoided prison by turning state's evidence against Stefan, but her life was over. The Equestrian Federation suspended her indefinitely for her involvement in the fraud. She became a total pariah in the horse world. No trainer would touch her, and no stable would board a horse for her. During the divorce, she had no leverage. Her career was dead, her reputation was vaporized, and she was terrified I would sue her in civil court for the fraud. She walked away with absolutely nothing.
It's been almost 3 years. I didn't sell Apollo to the guy in Dubai. Instead, I sold him a month later to an incredible, kind young rider from California who genuinely loves him. She bought him legally, and I used the $500,000 to buy my own veterinary clinic. I now run my own practice, and I am thriving. Last I heard, Elise is working as a receptionist at a dog grooming salon. She doesn't own a horse, she doesn't travel to Europe. She spends her days brushing poodles and watching other people live the life she threw away. If there is a lesson to be learned here, it's this: never bite the hand that heals you. If you build someone a champion and they try to ride it off into the sunset with someone else, don't cause a scene in the barn. Let them get dressed up, let them step into the spotlight, and right when they think they've won the grand prize, scan the microchip and take back exactly what belongs to you. Thanks for listening to my story. If you enjoyed this one, drop a like, hit subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what's the most entitled behavior you've ever seen? Stay grounded and always keep your record secure.